All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to day 149, I think. Pretty sure it's 149. Let me double check. It is 149. It's up on there on the little screen. These are the daily check-in videos that I do where I talk about my journey and what I'm doing differently to try and eventually become a millionaire. It's been a long, 150 episodes. I started this probably September last year, so right around my birthday, and fell off around January, February when I moved into the new apartment and everything. But we're back on it, so it's been a long time, and I think what's really fascinating is there's been different seasons in those 150 days. If you guys go back through all the episodes, even the shorter highlight ones, like you can see when I look really tired and when I look like sad or frustrated or like happy, like you can see all the different things going on in my life. It's kind of interesting. Anyway, so I have a YouTube channel, brings me in some passive income. I serve part-time at Olive Garden, and 2 months ago, or last month, was it April, end of April, so yeah, 2 months ago, I started my own like social media marketing agency. I don't have my camera. I have a camera over there. And I go film social media content for local businesses. And that's currently what I'm trying to grow right now, is I'm really trying to take that to the next level. And I normally film these on the Blackmagic, but I'm super tired, so we're not doing that today. We're doing it on the phone again. It's 12:51. You can see on the little clock back there, 12:51. I've got to leave here at like 7:30 in the morning to go to a networking event across Phoenix. And I go to these every morning. I've been going to them every morning for the last couple months. It's a far drive, but I've already met some really good people there. And when I started doing this social media stuff, I was like, shit, I got to start networking. I got to start meeting people because I don't know anyone in the field. And when I'm going to meet people, I'm meeting them not to pitch them. I'm meeting them to build a real relationship so that if they know somebody that needs social media, hopefully they know me and like me and trust me, and they'll refer that person to me. And I'm actually reading this book right here called Raving Referrals by Brandon Barnum, who I ended up meeting through all this networking stuff. And the book talks about how important it is to have referrals. And I never thought of it that way. I just thought, connect with people and then everything happens. But it happens because of referrals. And so, example of that, I met some dude that does web design. He wants to work together to white label. And I was like, come to a networking event. We met, we talked, and then he sent me a guy today that could potentially turn into like a pretty big client or a pretty big partnership. And so it's like, just from that, because I met this dude, he knows me, like that connection could happen. So where I'm at, I want to break this down on camera, and I'm gonna try and put like an hour into editing this video that I filmed today, because I really want to get that done and get that sent out to them. But anyway, I want to put all this out there in the world, and I want to know what your thoughts are, you guys, my trusty followers. So right now with the social media stuff, I've got 3 clients. One pays 1,000 and gets a lot of my attention. One pays 400, one pays 500. And those lower price ones were the first 2 clients I had. And I was like, just name me whatever you can afford, I'll work with it. And from that, I've been able to adjust my pricing, adjust what I offer and everything. So like, I did it for a reason. And I have one verbal yes for another 1,000 client. We'll see where that goes and when that starts. It's a verbal yes. I don't have any money, so we'll see what actually happens. But usually, so far, all the verbal yeses have turned into real yeses. But what I'm looking at doing is pushing my first 2 clients up to my minimum price, which is $650, and getting them up. So that would add 250, 150, so another 400 a month there. That's actually about perfect. You'll see where I'm going with this. If I get another 1,000 month client, That puts me at 650, 12, 1300, 3300 a month from the social stuff. And then I think from this video, when I get it done and sent out, I'm thinking I'll have another 650 a month, maybe 1,000, probably 650. So that would push me right at 4,000. And if I can do that by the end of the month in the next week, that would be nice. But get to 4,000 of recurring money from that. If I do that, I think I will still want one more 1,000 a month. And then I'll quit Olive Garden and save myself 20, 25 hours a week. But with that, these are all hypothetical numbers, but I'm just trying to run the numbers through my head because I want to make sure that I'm making smart decisions. A couple things that I have that work really well for lead generation have been Facebook posts and then hand messaging everybody who comments and says they're interested. But that gets me some leads and that gets me some phone calls and then gets me going there. I spent probably 5-6 hours on the phone today and yesterday just calling everyone who gave me their number that was potentially interested. Crazy. Anyway, long story about all that, but where I'm going with this is I think I'm gonna start a podcast as like a top of funnel thing. So if I start a podcast and I interview local business owners, I'm not trying to sell them on the social media stuff. I'm just trying to build a connection with them. And I'm thinking that that's gonna be one of the best ways to do that. It's not scalable because I can only meet with a few of them a month, but hopefully from that I build a good relationship and get referrals or get them to become a client when it makes sense for them. I don't know. I got a verbal yes on a $1,000 website too today. So we'll see if money comes in from that. I don't know, websites are crazy, but anyway, with the podcast, I was gonna turn this space up here into like a studio. I get a little love seat from IKEA right there for like $500. Get a little chair from IKEA there for like $300. Get a couple more lights like this. Get another Blackmagic camera like that. I've got the microphone. I've got all that. Get it set up. Boom, 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 boom. I got a podcast in here. Right, that's gonna cost me like over $1,000. Easy. I mean, with the camera, if I get a second Blackmagic camera, it's gonna cost me like $3,000-4,000. I don't have $3,000-4,000 to turn this into a podcast spot. And then I would just do my podcast. I'd interview people, and then I'd edit the podcast. I'd post the podcast. Right there, that's just way too much work. I talked to somebody today who has a studio in the Phoenix area, and there's different pricing plans. You know, if you want them to pretty much automate all of your podcast stuff, like up to 4 posts for a month, once a week, with short clips, it's like less than $1,000, which I think is really affordable. And so I'm running all of these numbers to see what that would look like. It's like if I do bring my 2 lower price clients up to my new low price and add on another client, I would feel okay spending that money on the podcast. Especially, man, not having to edit it would be so nice. And from that, I can build a connection. I can start to grow the podcast and the brand. And I'm trying to think out loud and make sure that it's worth my time and worth my energy to do that. And I'm not 100% sure that it is, but just my gut says it is. I put this post on Facebook. Can you see it? Like 8 hours ago, I was on the phone with Nick. I was throwing this idea out there. I was like, you think if I did a podcast, do you think I could get anybody on it, like business owners? And he's like, I don't know, like maybe, but it might be hard to do for a month, which I agree. I think that would be hard to get that many a month. And I was like, I'm writing a Facebook post right now. I put it out there. And in the first 2 hours, it had like 20 comments. I'm like, okay, so yes, I guess I could. Now at 8 hours, it's got 100 likes and 100 comments, and all the comments are people. I would, safety for pets and people. I'm in. I'd love a chance to promote my business. And so they just want to be on there to promote their business, which is what people want. Like, but there's there's a better way to do it, right? Like, it's more than just promoting your business. It's building a brand and building a relationship. And I think that's what I'm particularly good at. Sorry, I gotta set this up. It's fucking hurting my I took my case off to fly the drone today. There. And I'll just stand back here. Okay. People are interested, and so I feel like it would be really easy to get them on. I don't want to do a Zoom podcast. I think those look like shit. I want to do a real one where I'm sitting down to talk to them, and I think I'd build it with a marketing focus. I think it would be highlighting local business owners and how they market differently. I think that would be the thing. And so it could teach other local business owners what is working in the marketing world for other local business owners, and that gives me the connection to share my expertise and chime in on that conversation. I do want to hear their story, and I want to hear what makes them different and builds their business and all of that. And so that'll be a part of it, but people love to talk about themselves. And so I've already got clients and a handful of really close people that I would get on. So I have months worth of interviews ready, or that I could probably do. And that's without all these people. And so then as it goes and grows, I think it would be really beneficial. It sounds like a solid yes. Like I'm gonna check out the space tomorrow. And I think I'm gonna get rocking with it. I just need to come up with the money for it. But even like at one more client, that would be worth it, because all that podcast would have to do is get me one 1,000 a month client to completely pay for itself, right? And I think that's the way I need to be thinking. I think from that, over the long term, building those relationships, putting that content out there, growing the brand in a better way, a way that's about the local business owners, it's almost a no-brainer. I can't afford the highest tier plan, but the lowest tier is right under 500, and I would have to distribute it myself, but I can do that. Like, I'm pretty savvy in the world. I've got a few monetized YouTube channels and stuff. Like, I can figure it out. But I want to make sure the quality's okay. Like, I want to check that out. It's not going to be 4K, it's 1080. I don't think the cameras have good depth of field from what I was looking at, what I was understanding. And what I would probably want to do is bring in my own, like bring in the Blackmagic and set it up to film the person I'm interviewing, to get clips for them, or to film my clients. Like, I want to interview my clients, and I don't know, there's a lot of different ways to cut it, and I'm throwing it out there. But the more I talk about it, that's more what I'm doing right now, is just trying to talk about it and figure out if it makes sense. And the more I talk about it, the more it makes sense. Like, I think that's something that I really need to do and get going with quickly. And then I can literally outsource whatever else I want to do. But yeah, so that would bring me in. Let's say this one is a verbal yes, and I get the 1,000 and the 650. So add another 650 a month, plus moving the clients up to that newer price would put me at another 2,000 a month. And with that, I would probably, easily put some of that money towards the podcast or quit my job, but not both of them. It would have to be one or the other. And I think getting the podcast going, but again, it comes down to time management. Like, let me show you guys my schedule. And this is something I've been trying to work on and get better at. But look at this shit. Fucking crazy. It's crazy. I think that's crazy to me. And then tomorrow, I haven't even moved stuff over. It's already pretty much full. I've got that networking thing. I've got to essentially take Joey out earlier than normal. Like, let's just build this schedule. I can't leave at 8 because the thing's at 8:30. Traffic takes an hour. So I need to take Joey out at 7. And then I need to leave by 7:30 to get there by 8:30. And then I'm going to do that meeting. And then I have a friend in town. We're going to get breakfast. And then I've got to do a follow-up call with somebody from Facebook I put on the notes. And I'll probably drag over a few more of those calls in between 1:30 and 3, because then I'm going to go check out that podcast studio. And then I'm going to go to a concert. So it's not going to be all work. But I have a list of admin tasks and website work that I didn't do for another client that I was supposed to do today that I didn't do today, that I need to drag over and find time for. Friday, I have another networking meeting and then a meeting with a person that I got connected to that I need to meet the owner of the company so we can talk about what we're gonna do with each other. And then a social media call at 2, and all of that's fully open. And then Saturday's booked up already, and then I work all day Sunday. It's like, I love this shit. I love it. It's like, I thought I was busy 2-3 months ago when I was just doing a lot of stuff with YouTube. This is busy. This is real busy. I'm like, wake up, go to the gym. I've been able to block off my mornings, like my coach told me, time block. I've been able to get my workouts and all that stuff in, and that's been good. But I love it, man. I love it. Wake up, do all this, put in my headphones, get on calls. I'm calling, I'm selling. I feel like a salesman. I've never been a salesman, but I feel like a salesman. And I feel amped, but I am tired. I'm sure you guys can see it. Tired, 1 o'clock. I want to go to bed, but I'm going to work for another hour. I'm going to get as much of that video edited as I can, because it looks like tomorrow I'm full. My time is full. Like, maybe that's probably what I should be doing in that 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock window. I'm going to put that on right now, actually, to edit. What the hell is going on? To edit that video. That's probably what I need to do, and try and finish it by tomorrow so that they can post it. And if this one's good, then this could turn into another client. So it's really important that I get it done. But yeah, spent a lot of money today. I'm at this point where it's like, it's stuff I need. Like, I needed to have a car, so I paid probably $300 for a rental car for today, tomorrow, Friday, and then I'd give it back on Saturday. So like almost $100 a day, because I had to get car insurance because I only have motorcycle insurance right now. I need to just fix my car and just spend the money on that. The bike, I'll probably get a call tomorrow with a quote and with the diagnosis, and just, the money's gonna come. I am fully confident. I mean, not really. I guess all my clients could cancel and then I'd be fucked. But I don't think that's gonna happen. But it could, but I don't think it will. But I think the money's gonna come. And like, I've only been doing this for a couple months, and I'm getting better, I'm getting smarter, I'm figuring things out. It's just, everything's gonna work out. I need to make sure I'm making the right investments in myself and what I'm trying to work on to propel myself forward. It's really hard to keep track of things, so I'm gonna outsource some stuff to a VA. I'm gonna spend the money on the podcast. I'm gonna pay the extra money so that they can take care of most of it. And what was the other thing I was spending money on? Quitting my job so that I have more time to do this. Yeah, I get butterflies thinking about it. I like legit butterflies thinking about all of this, because I don't know what's gonna happen. I have no idea, man. Like I said, everyone could cancel tomorrow, I'd be fucked. Have a $1,000 website coming up to build, and that's it. But in the same sense, this stuff is way easier than what I was doing with the BMX stuff. BMX is hard to sell. People don't have money. You're selling a hobby, and it's a weird, toxic thing, man. So anyway, I'm having fun. I'm having so much fun. But that's day 149. We'll see you guys tomorrow for 150. It might not be as entertaining, but it's something. I'm gonna throw this up, and yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow.